Hello, this is Charlene. We are going to work a word problem by creating a linear system of three equations, and then we're going to use the matrix function of our graphing calculator. Let's read our problem. It says that Caleb earns points on his credit card that he can use toward future purchases. He earns 4 points per dollar spent on flights, 2 points per dollar spent on hotels, and 1 point per dollar spent on all other purchases. Last year, he charged a total of $9,480 and earned 14,660 points. The amount of money spent on flights was $140 more than twice the amount of money spent on hotels. Find the amount of money spent on each type of purchase. Okay, so it's significant that it talks about each type of purchase. That is actually going to help us define our variables. Well, what kind of purchases did he purchase? Well, he purchased flights, and he also purchased hotels, and he also purchased other things, other purchases. So those are our three variables that we're going to use. I like to use variables that are meaningful to me. You can use X, Y, and Z if you would like, but I'm going to use F and H and P for purchases. So if you'll notice down here on the first line right here, I have started writing about that first couple of sentences there. The points times the number of dollars spent on the flights will give me the amount of points that he earns for flights. And the point value times the dollars he spends on hotels will give me the total number of points that he will earn on hotel purchases. And the point value that he earns for other purchases times the dollar amount that he spends on purchases will give me the total points he is going to earn on the purchases. And then if we add all those things together, that of course would give me the total points based on the dollars spent on all of those things. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the next line. Basically, 4F means the 4 points, points that he's going to earn for flights. And then we have 2H, which means that he's going to earn 2 points for the hotel purchases. And then we also have the 1 point for all the other purchases, so that's where we get 1P. So it's 4 points times the purchases of flights, for 2 points times the purchases of hotels, and 1 point times the purchases for other things. And that, of course, is going to give me this total amount of points that he will earn based on the point value for each of those purchases. So that right there is the first equation that we are going to use at the end in our matrices. And if you notice, they are lined up. We've got F, H, P, and a constant. Okay, so the next thing that we want to look at is it says that he charged a total of $9,480. Well, the next equation is going to be about the dollar spent on flights, the dollar spent on hotels, plus the dollar spent on purchases will be the total dollars spent. So in this particular one, just like up here in the top, in this top part, this was about the dollars. This was about the points times the dollars. So the F represents the dollar spent. So this is the dollar spent is just the variable H. The dollar spent on hotel is just the variable H. Oh, did I say F? That's F, H, and P. This represents the dollars spent on other purchases. So we're going to have dollars plus dollars plus dollars equals total dollars. Okay, so that is going to give us our second equation that we will use in our matrices. And again, just notice that they are lined up, F, H, P, and a constant. Okay, so the last sentence here states that the amount of money spent on flights was $140 more than twice the money spent on hotels. So again, we need to always understand that the word is, in this particular sentence, it's the word was. The word was means equals. So there's my was, there's my equals, was. And it says the money spent on flights. So the flights the money spent on flights was or equals 140 more. Anytime you have 140 more, that is going to mean plus 140. 140 more means plus 140, and we see that right here, plus 140. But it's going to go on the end of our equation. Well, it's more than what? It's more than twice the money spent on hotels. So more than 2 times the hotels. So that is going to give us our third equation, except that it's a little bit out of order. We need it to be in the order of AX plus BY plus CZ is equal to some other constant number. So it's going to be a variable, a variable, a variable, and a constant on the other side. Well, this only has one constant on one side of the equal sign. So I need to use order of operations right here in order to move it around a little bit. So I'm going to subtract the 2h from both sides so that the h moves to this side. Well, I'm missing a variable, right? So I've got the f and I've got the h, but where is my p? Where are my other purchases? Well, in that particular sentence, it does not mention purchases, so I can literally just enter 0 purchases into this equation, 0 p's. But now that gives me an equation that I can work with. I now have the f is listed, the h is listed, and the p is listed, and then my constant is on the other side. So now this equation is now an equation that I can work with inside of my matrix function of my calculator. So let's go ahead and go to our calculator. We're going to turn it on, and there we go. Okay, so second matrix, blue second button, blue word matrix. I'm going to go over to the edit option. This is going to be a 3 by 4. Again, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 columns, and I'm going to have 1, 2, 3 rows. So I want 3 by 4, so I'm going to go down to the 3 by 4 matrix. I'm going to push enter so that I can edit my matrix. Now if you'll notice here, it does say 3 by 4. I don't need to change that, of course. And now you'll be able to see that I have put a 4, a 2, a 1, and 14,600 in the first row. 4, 2, 1, 14,600. And in the second row, I should have a 1F plus a 1H plus a 1P equals 9,480. So you'll see in the second row, I have put 1 and 1 and 1 and 9,480. In the third row, I have put, let's see here, where did it go? Okay, in the third row, I also have a 1F, negative 2H, 0 P's. So I've got a 1, a negative 2, 0, and the 140 constant. So all of those have been entered into my matrices. Now I'm going to go completely out of my matrix function window. So I'm going to push second quit, and then I'm going to go ahead and go to second matrix. And now I'm going to choose the math function, RREF, and it's right there, RREF, and I'm going to choose that option. I'm going to tell it to look at that matrices where my data is stored, and I'm going to do second matrix, and I'm going to tell it I want the second one, the 3 by 4 matrices. So I'm going to go down, choose that one, and say yes, look at that data. Close my parentheses, enter, and it gives me a answer matrix of 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1500, and then it gives me 1 or 0, 1, 0, 680, and that's supposed to be a 1 right there. Okay, and then 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, and 7,300. So that means that I have $1,500 spent on flights, and I have $680 spent on hotels, and I have $7,300 spent on other purchases. So I'm hoping that this helps explain how you can use your calculator to help you once you have derived your properly set up equations. The hard part is probably going from your word problem and then finding the 3 proper equations. But once you do that, it's pretty simple how to put it into your calculator, and then you can find your answer pretty easily. So anyway, click on the subscribe button, click on the like button. Hopefully that helps. Come back real soon.